I remember the silence first, not the peaceful kind, but a suffocating absence of sound that pressed in on me the moment my tires hit the gravel of that old lodging road. The trees, thick and ancient, clawed at the sky, blocking out the sun even at midday, casting long, twisted shadows that seemed to writhe. I was just looking for a shortcut, a way to shave a few minutes off my drive, but the air grew heavy like a forgotten secret. A cold dread began to prickle at my skin. Then I saw it, the abandoned truck, half swallowed by the undergrowth, its door ajar. No keys, no phone, just a half-eaten sandwich on the dash, already molding. And no sign of the driver. Just gone, vanished, like the road itself had swallowed them whole, leaving only that chilling void. The sight of that truck, marooned and silent, was a punch to the gut. My first instinct was to slam the car into reverse, kick up a cloud of dust and flee. This wasn't just a breakdown, this was wrong. Deeply, fundamentally wrong. But then, a colder, more insistent thought crept in. What if someone was hurt? What if they were just beyond the tree line, injured, waiting for help? The logging road was deserted. No one else was coming. I killed my engine, plunging the already heavy silence into an even deeper, more oppressive void. The only sound was the frantic thumping of my own heart against my ribs. I gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white, staring at the truck. Its paint was faded, chipped, a dull green swallowed by the encroaching moss and lichen. The door, still ajar, seemed to beckon, a gaping maw inviting me into a secret I didn't want to know. Slowly, carefully, I opened my own car door. The creak sounded like a gunshot in the stillness. I stepped out, my boots crunching on the loose gravel. The air was thick, carrying the damp scent of decomposing leaves, and something else, something subtly metallic, like old blood, or perhaps just the rusting metal of the abandoned vehicle. I forced myself to walk towards it, each step heavy, my eyes darting from the truck to the dense, dark woods on either side. Every shadow seemed to stretch and twist, becoming something watchful, something predatory. I peered inside the cab. The half-eaten sandwich was indeed there, now a furry green and white blob. A crumpled map lay on the passenger seat, its edges curled, pointing towards no discernible destination. But it was the driver's side that truly unsettled me. On the floorboard, half hidden beneath the seat, was a single, worn, leather work boot. Just one. And next to it, a small, intricate wooden carving, a tiny bird with outstretched wings, meticulously crafted. Who leaves a boot? And a personal keepsake like that? It felt less like an emergency departure, and more like an instantaneous disappearance. As if the driver had simply ceased to be, right there. A sudden sharp snap echoed from deep within the woods, followed by another, closer this time. My head whipped around, straining to see past the twisted branches, but there was nothing. Just the oppressive shadows and the unsettling stillness. My breath hitched in my throat. I was no longer just a curious passerby. I was alone, miles from anywhere, on a forgotten road that had already claimed one person. And whatever had claimed them felt very, very close. I needed to get out now. But a terrifying realization washed over me. My car keys. Where were my car keys? I patted my pockets, then looked back at my own car. The door was still open. The keys, they weren't in the ignition. My car keys, they weren't in the ignition. My blood ran cold, a sudden icy shock that spread through my veins. I patted my pockets again, frantically, desperately, my fingers fumbling over empty fabric. Nothing. I ripped open my jacket, searched the inner pockets, even stupidly checked my back pocket. Empty. My eyes snapped back to my car, the door still open, a silent, mocking invitation. The ignition was bare. This wasn't a mistake. This was deliberate. From the woods, the snapping twigs and rustling leaves weren't just random anymore. They were rhythmic, a heavy, dragging sound getting closer, and a low, guttural breathing like something ancient trying to inhale the very air around me, thick and wet. It was coming from behind my car. Every instinct screamed at me to turn, but I was frozen, locked on to the empty ignition, as if staring at it would somehow make the keys reappear. Then, a shadow. Impossibly long and distorted, it stretched from behind my vehicle, reaching for my feet. It wasn't the shadow of a tree. It was too dense, too wrong, moving with an unnatural, fluid grace that defied the laws of light. A sickly sweet, metallic scent, far stronger now, filled my lungs. A smell of decay and something else, something utterly alien. I forced myself to turn, slowly, agonizingly, my neck stiff, every muscle screaming in protest. And there it was. Not a creature of flesh and blood, not really. It was a distortion, a ripple in the very fabric of reality. The air shimmered around it like heat off asphalt, but it radiated an impossible cold that bit at my skin. It was tall, impossibly thin, its form barely discernible against the deepening gloom of the forest, a shifting silhouette of warped branches and clinging shadows. Its head tilted, and I felt, rather than heard, a sound that scraped against the inside of my skull. A dry, rasping whisper that spoke of forgotten things and endless hunger. It wasn't moving towards me quickly, but with a horrifying, deliberate slowness, like a predator savoring its prey, closing the distance between us with each agonizing pulse of my own frantic heart.
My legs were lead, my throat clamped shut, I couldn't scream, couldn't move, my heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the suffocating silence. My gaze darted to the abandoned truck, then back to my car, then to the impossible thing. No escape. It was between me and everything. It raised a long skeletal arm, or what appeared to be one, and pointed a gnarled, impossibly long finger directly at me. Then, slowly, it gestured, not at me, but at the open door of the abandoned truck. A silent command, chilling me to the bone. I felt an invisible pull, a horrifying magnetic force drawing me towards that dark, waiting maw. It wanted me to join the other one. It wanted me to vanish. My breath hitched. The whisper in my mind intensified, a chorus of forgotten voices calling me deeper into the woods, deeper into the dark. I don't know how I broke free. One moment, that cold, invisible pull was dragging me forward, my feet shuffling against the gravel, my eyes fixed on the gaping maw of the truck. The next, I was running, not towards my car, not towards the truck, but blindly into the woods, away from the impossible thing, away from the silent command. Branches whipped my face, thorns tore at my clothes, but I didn't feel it, only the primal urge to escape. I ran until my lungs burned, until the darkness of the woods became a familiar friend rather than a new terror. I don't remember finding my way back to civilization or how my car keys reappeared, or if they ever did. All I know is that I'm here now, but a part of me never left that road. I see the shadows in the corner of my eye, hear the faint whispers when the wind blows just right. Sometimes I feel that same cold, invisible pull, a phantom limb of dread. The silence still presses in, but now it carries a different weight, a knowledge of what lurks just beyond the veil. I wonder, have you ever felt it? That chilling void, the sense of something ancient, watching, waiting. Have you ever taken a shortcut that led you somewhere you could never truly leave?